Today we're at Queen Elizabeth Wildlands Provincial Park for a hike. We've only just arrived and packed our backpacks, got out of the car, and stayed in the parking lot. I don't think there's even any long grass in the parking lot. And Grayson instantly had a tick crawling up his leg. Here's a picture of that tick. So be aware, we've got our legs sprayed down now with DEET. Ooh. So the trailhead starts, it goes straight uphill for the first bit. Good thing we're getting our exercise. Made a trail junction here. Look at the size of this pine tree. I guess that's a shortcut. You get wet feet if you go that way though. We're headed that way. I think they want us to keep going this way. Another giant tree. There's another junction. You gotta be paying attention on this place. You go the wrong way. Somebody's been eating acorns. That looks pretty tasty, doesn't it?
Oh wow, this is like rock solid.
Beauty.
I love it. Oh, hang on, I gotta get a picture of that one.
Nice little lunch spot here, I guess. One, two, three turtles. 4, maybe 5 turtles, and there was one that jumped off because 6 turtles. One jumped off because of the noise, maybe. Beautiful. Turtle country. And just down the way from those turtles is this beaver lodge. And the pond that the turtles were in was over here. And here's a nice beaver dam, mud squished up, freshly maintained. Look at this crossing. Oh, now we're out into the rock. Some more turtles. We've gone 2.1 kilometers so far, and an average speed of about 2.3 kilometers per hour. My pack is fairly light, so you might plan for 2 kilometers an hour if you're coming in camping and hiking here. I've only taken one brief water break along the way, so 2 kilometers an hour is probably reasonable. Full packs. There's this one steep spot we had to come down here, so you have to be ambulatory to be able to climb and clamber down through that. A bit treacherous. That's nice little beaver dam there, and another one right over there. Very short little pond they built. Pretty neat little gorge there. Beauty spot here. This is just a little bay off of Sheldon Lake. You can see from these straight lines that folks have been in here in the winter. Straight lines on the ice, I mean. We're mid-April, about April 16, I think. Snow's still melting. Mostly gone here on shore, actually. But the lake still got half ice. Now, this spot where I'm standing is a nice looking spot. I don't think they want you to camp here. Trails are marked with tags on the trees, as well as blue paint on the trees, as well as blue paint on the rocks. Trails are fairly well worn. It's not too hard to not get lost. Of course, when you're early season or late fall, when all the dead leaves are down, it can make it more difficult at times. So you got to be careful. Lots of the walking trail has been undulating up and down between these little ridges. There's some of those tree paint I was talking about. Lots of little ridges, so brief elevation changes, nothing too crazy most of the way. But it's frequent up and down, so it adds up. And if all you do is sit at a computer all day, you may want to practice walking up some hills so you don't feel completely whacked out before you get here. That said, I haven't done any practicing, and all I do is sit at a computer all day. I feel pretty good, although I am perhaps getting a bit sleepy. A nice little spot here. White pine trees. Been seeing a lot of oak trees, oak leaves, acorns, which come from oak trees. Here's where Sheldon opens up into a bigger part of the lake. And look down there, what a view. We've got some view now. It's nothing crazy, but compared to no view, it's pretty good. While at Sheldon Lake, I took an internet speed test. You can see I got 2.8 megabits per second and 0.03 upload. It should be enough for texting, probably not good for streaming. Here's what one campsite looks like. So, let's see. There's an uneven tent pad there. Slopey bit if you're gonna try and tent it. Beautiful access to the lake. Pretty tremendous campfire pit. A couple logs to sit on. Tenting is poor here. Hammock would be good. Could be there though, just be slightly uneven. Could be there. I did not see a thunderbox at this campsite. So where's all the pooping happening? Surely not like Survivor style where they just go into the ocean and poop into the water. Surely. And don't call me Shirley. There's a boat cache here on Sheldon Lake. And I don't know if the water is much higher than usual or what, but those boats are in a precarious position. Double dam. Robins. So this water level is actually tremendously high. We can tell because this enormous tree is a couple feet underwater. Steep spot here. A bit wet. So there's the first color I found.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do a super sunny spot for her.
There it is there. Mica. Just making my way down to the third campsite on this lake here. Nice rock cliff. We're at Sheldon Lake. And I'm just gonna flip the camera around. Over there is where the Thunderbox is. There's that cliff I was just looking at, Thunderbox. And then down here is towards the campsite in the lake. And there's a rock spit that I just showed you with them walking out onto it. It goes away out there. It's probably a premium swimming spot in the summer. Premium. Polarized glasses. That's pretty cool. Campsite is right there. Look at this spit. Look at this chunk of ice right here on top. Boys will be boys. So that's it, I think. We made it here, about 4.5 kilometers to this site, 4.8 actually. And I don't think I'll do a lot of recording on the way back out since we're doing the same route out that we took in. So that may be the end of the video. If there's no more clips, then we'll see ya.